Hey everybody. Is everybody on?
Ooh, okay.
Hello.
Hi, I put the sound on, but
Okay.
I've never used this ever before, so.
It's okay, we're gonna
Hello.
try it. Hello, Karina, kan jy ons hoor?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Ek dink identity bot is Victor, ons wag vir hom om op te kom.
Okay. Hi, Ever.
Hallo.
Carla sê sy was te vroeg op. Toe sê dit please wait en ek neem aan sy het afgegaan, so sy gaan ook 'n tydjie vat om weer op te kom.
Okay.
Dit hoort nie nou so lank te vat nie.
Hoi, George. Hey, Corney, hoe gaan dit? Hey, Victor, hello. Okay, I was wondering what that was.
Hi, almal.
Hello, julle.
Goeie genade.
Oh, Bianca's already ducked. She's running away.
Hi.
Ek ran hierdie ding op my foon, so ek het nie idee wie join nie.
It's fun. So, hello, Carla. Was dit die audio op die oomblikie?
Ja, dit het my ook 'n rukkie gevat om uit te figure hoe die hel sit jy die audio aan, maar I got it eventually. Hoor hier iemand my, want ek moet seker wees of myne nou aan is.
Ja, ek hoor jou. Ja, ek hoor jou.
Okay. Dit is so weird.
Seker manlik is my koffiebeker. Oh.
Yes,
Fight like a princess. Oh, Nico is hier.
Man.
Nice, Starbucks.
Om audio aan te kry. Audio.
Ek sou sê ek kan vir die kant kan help.
Ja, help met tegnologie.
Hallo Nico.
Sjoe.
Dis nogal baie van ons vanaand. Kan jy dit glo?
Ja, dis so lekker om almal se gesiggies weer te sien.
Yeah, it takes a pandemic to get everybody its identity. It's quite nice.
Ja, nee. Let's be honest, wie het almal actually vir eens hulle hare gewas, gestort en hulle tande geborsel?
That would be me. I washed. Okay, Bianca says she's coming back and Carla's disappeared again.
Sy sê sy kry dit reg nie.
Wat was sy?
Sy het op die identity groep nou 'n boodskap gestuur.
Okay, she can try again.
Kan iemand dalk sê wat sy moet probeer, want ek weet nie reg wat om vir te sê nie.
Wie is 'n Zoom boffin? It likes my Everett is.
Ja.
Let's see. My hand mess.
Hallo almal.
Hallo Nico, hoe gaan dit?
Goed en self.
Goed, dankie. Kan almal ons hoor?
Yes. My audio was gemute vir een of ander rede.
Okay, Carla, kan jy ons hoor?
Ja, ek kan julle nou hoor. Ek is nou in.
Hey, ons kan jou nou hoor. Hallo julle.
Hallo.
Okay, ons wag net gou vir Bianca om weer terug te kom, dan kan ons maar begin.
Great.
Ja, ons
Sorry.
Okay, who brought the dog with the church, really? Who brought the dog with the church? That's just wrong.
Dis my hond.
And why does it not have its own cell phone? That's just ridiculous. Maar hy het gesê sy gaan nie vanaand kan saam wees nie, maar sy wou saam gewees het, maar dalk volgende keer. Yeah. Her boyfriend was also going to be part of it apparently, but I don't know the dude, so hey.
Dan gaan ons hom ontmoet, so dit is 'n voordeel.
Hooflik, hallo, hoe gaan dit? Hallo kleintjie, kan jy ons hoor?
Praat jy nou met Asmarie of met my?
Ek weet nie, ek sien nie waar met wie hy praat nie.
Jy moet aanskuif.
Oeh, scroll.
Oh ja, ek het dit ook nie geweet nie.
Ek het sopas
Nou weet ek ook.
Okay, daar's weer 'n klomp ander mense wat ek nie geweet het is nie.
Almal hierso, waar is Victor nou? Victor was hierso. Is hy nou weer weg?
Kon nie soos 'n manier om dit alles soos groot te maak nie. Soos
Ja, is 'n klomp skermpies met almal op hier.
Jy kan as jy bo kyk by speaker view kan jy dit doen. Ja.
ek weet nie hoe nie.
Jou bo speaker view, dan kan jy dit you can do it like that. Just tap gallery view and speaker
Ek
view.
sien. Okay, baie help.
And then you can see everyone's faces. Well, most
Okay, jy
people's
gaan
faces.
baie stadig vir my moet weer verduidelik.
Jou bo, ek dink daar's like three dots.
Ja.
Check on your phone, click that, and I think you can see speaker view and gallery view.
Okay, gallery. Okay, hide my video in gallery view. Daai ene.
Nee, jy kan net gallery view doen.
Oepsie.
Dan kan jy sien wie is wie en wie kan jy meer. Ek kan 9 mense sien op die oomblik.
Ja.
Wel,
En dit is soos verander in 'n blokkie as iemand praat, soos die rampie.
Okay.
Adam, ek kry nie my.
en wat het gebeur? Wat, is jy terug?
Ja, maar ek weet nie waar om dit te doen nie.
Op die 3 doetjies sal jy sien.
Dis gewoonlik regs bo op jou skerm.
Okay, ons gaan begin, is nou 7 uur, dat ek gou kyk, of is net na 7. Ek gaan mense inbring en uitvat, wat ook al, whatever. But welcome everybody, it's nice to actually see your faces again, for the first time in almost over a month, can you believe it?
Ja.
It's been crazy. So, what was that, Victor? That was weird. Okay, we won't judge, that was weird. Okay, Bianca, your sound is ook up. Let me unmute you quickly. Bianca, can you hear now?
Nope, ons kan nou nie hoor nie.
Okay, can I unmute? It's strange, it mutes some people for some strange reason. There. No, wait.
Ek sien Corneille is ook gemute.
Okay,
Adam,
let me try.
because it just knew. It just knew
Yeah.
some people were supposed to be muted.
Corneille, is it better? Bianca, can you hear us?
Yes, I can
Can you-
hear you guys.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
All right, cool. I'm going to just keep on talking for now. And then if people come, we can add stuff. So starting with Elsmarie, because you're in my top corner. Let's go through and just say hello one at a time so we can hear everybody and just test the audio as well. So starting with Elsmarie and then working our way down.
Adam, you said my name incorrectly. I will not say hello now.
Sorry, Elsmarie, sorry. I was looking at something else. Elsmarie,
Hallo.
how's it going with you?
Gaan goed en met julle of met jou, want ek sê ek kan nou een persoon op 'n slag praat.
Nee, dat is goed, dankie. Karina, you're next.
Hi, dis lekker om al weer te sien. Dit gaan goed met my sover. Ek moet wel sê ek kan agterkom met ons gesin. Die lockdown is besig om nou 'n bietjie lank te raak, maar verder gaan dit goed.
Yeah, I would kill your brother as well. Don't worry.
I'm very close, very
That's
close.
close. That's close. Everett, how's it going your side?
Hoe nou?
Hoe gaan dit jou kant? How's it going there by you?
Ag, rustig, ek werk maar ons doen nou online klasse en sulke goed, so dit werk perfek vir my, want ek hoef nêrens
Okay.
in te ry nie. Jy staan soos op iets soos klas 9 uur, staan 8:30 op woonklas buite, terwyl jy soos ontbyt eet in jou pyjama, so dis heerlik.
Okay.
So ja, dis eintlik maar alles wat ek doen die hele dag.
Okay, who wants to go next? Who wants to go next?
Ek is al.
Okay, gaan.
Okay, so hallo almal.
Hallo.
Dit gaan goed en ek is baie jammer vir my hond wat nou heeltyd braaf. Ek weet nie of
That's
julle ook kan
fine.
hoor nie. Maar hy gaan nou ophou. Hulle het so 'n hele gesprek hierso teen die 2 honde hier so in die pad. So ja. Maar ja.
Okay, who's next?
Ek was
Okay, ek
gaan.
O,
Oeps.
gaan Corla.
Wag, nee, waar gaan jy maar? Gaan maar.
Ja, dis nie goed. Okay. Hallo.
Hallo.
Dit gaan goed met my. Die werk en die goed haal nou alles in en ek moet nou 'n bietjie opvang en al die werk. So is bietjie besig, maar ten minste is ek nie verveeld nie. En anders gaan dit
Awesome. Next, who's next? Come on, Nico. I know you wanted to go next.
Ja, meneer Nico.
Wel, hallo julle. So dit gaan goed met my. Ek begin môre met 'n nuwe vak van online leer, so dit gaan goed. Ek is happy. Bietjie ronder as die lockdown begin het, maar dit kan uitgesort word daarom so.
Okay. Victor sê vir my hy kan ons hoor, maar ons kan hom nie hoor nie. So hy gaan maar net luister. Hy gaan soos 'n creeper wees en net luister wat ons almal sê, niks sê nie. So we shall see. Who's next?
Ek sal gaan.
Okay, cool.
Dit gaan nou, yes, hallo almal, is lekker om julle almal te sien. Dit gaan okay met my. Ek was vir 2 weke op leave van die voedselfabriek af. So laasweek was my eerste week terug by die werk wat 'n bietjie stresvol was om weer jou voete te vind en so, en almal is maar ook redelik op hulle nerves met alles wat aangaan. Maar ja, ek is dankbaar dat die week verby is en ek is gesond, familie is gesond, so ek kan regtig nie kla nie.
Awesome to hear. Next, I think there's 2 people left. Corney, kan jy ons hoor? Hoe gaan dit by jou Corney?
Dit gaan goed. Wat kan ons bietjie lank soos almal sê, maar verder dan gaan dit goed. Dankie. Met julle?
Awesome om te hoor.
Okay. Jy was nog
Victor, kan jy praat?
Kyk net Victor is gemute.
Ek dink ek kan nou.
Hey, daar's hy. Hallo Victor, hoe gaan dit?
Hallo. Dit gaan goed, Gou 'n ander foon gevat.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, let's start. I've got a bit of an icebreaker for us. It's called social distancing bingo, okay? So, I'm going to call out something. If you've done it in this time of lockdown, put up your hand. And if you get 5 right, you win a prize when we come back to identity in the near future, all right? Everybody okay with that? So the first thing is refresh your social media at least twice in 1 minute. Come on, Alsmi, I know you've done that. Here we go. There's 1, there's 2. Okay, all right, cool. Next one.
Hand nie op nie.
Wat ons kan nie hande sien nie.
Ek dink ek moes die knoppie druk to raise your hand.
Or you can just put up your hand normally. So wait, we've got 4 people. Oh, okay. Next, got dressed for no reason at all. Like got dressed up, you know. There we go.
Vandaag. Yeah.
There's a couple of us. Okay, cool. Organize something. Anyone organize something? Okay, so far Elizabeth and Carla in the lead. Okay, that's at the bottom there. See a couple of hands. Here we go. We're sorry. Slept in. Anyone slept in longer than you should have?
Vandaag 3 uur opgestaan.
I think most of us. Okay, cool. Anyone wrote in your journal? Anyone wrote in a journal?
Oh ja, okay.
So okay, Carla, jy's nou in die lead. Okay, nice. Where's the one that I really liked? Here we go. Binged an entire season in 1 day.
Oh me. I died.
Het jy TV-reeks gekyk in die hele dag? 'n Hele TV-reeks in 1 dag gekyk?
Ja.
Okay, cool. Let's go. We got 2 more to go. Went to work in your PJs or did work in your PJs, your pajamas, your slaapklere.
Skoolwerk daar in gewerk.
Okay. Ja, dat was werk, ja. Okay, and here's one for everybody. Got mad at the government. Who got mad at the government? Anyone?
Almal.
1 or 2 people. Okay, cool. I see everyone says like it's like a touchdown. Woo! All right, cool. And then maybe one more thing. Okay, learned something new. Who learned something new in this lockdown period?
Ek.
Okay, wat het jy geleer?
'n Klomp spelfoute.
'n Klomp spelfoute. Okay. What did I learn new? I don't know. Actually, no. I've been hacking my Xbox One, so that's Xbox One, my PlayStation. So fun things like that. So yeah. So the message that I was looking at for today. Have you guys been following the videos that we've been putting up? By the way, don't feel bad if you haven't, because a lot of us haven't. But hopefully you guys have. So I'm just moving my notes over there. In the last 2 weeks, Victor has done a really awesome series on David and Goliath, and it's been very challenging. I don't know if you guys have been I've been quite challenged, I must say. Some have been very good. And so today, what I thought was just to encourage us in times where, like this, where it's hard, it's tough, it's a little bit uncertain, to continue looking at that theme. And what was quite interesting was, I don't know if you guys knew this, I certainly learned this for the first time this week, which was quite interesting, is that we all think that David just fought Goliath as his only big giant in his life, eh? Am I right? How many giants did David fight? Anyone? Check. I'm going to Google it now quickly. No, it's not one. He fought another 4 giants. Did you know that? Actual giants. They were all relatives of Goliath. He fought them in, I'll tell you now the Bible thing, in case you don't believe me. 2 Samuel 21, verse 15 to 22. This passage speaks specifically of 4 very large Philistines who were related to Goliath in some way. And David and his servants actually killed those 4 giants as well. So not only did David face 1 giant, but he actually faced 5 giants, which I find very fascinating, because we always tend to just think about that one Goliath, and we kind of think there's always going to be just this one big thing that's going to happen in our lives, this one big thing that's going to sort of, be our David and Goliath moment, but we don't realize there's 4 other Goliaths around the corner. And what I find quite funny, the one giant doesn't have a name. He's just referred to as the giant with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each hand. That was his cool name. So he was the 24-digit person. I thought that was quite funny. So that was quite interesting then. And it really sort of got me quite thinking this week that a lot of times we think of just Goliath as our one thing, and that's it, that one big thing. But actually, if we look at David, he had 5 big things that came his way, 5 giants that came his way, and he managed to beat them every single time. And at the moment, it kind of feels like, I don't know about you, and just stop me. I know I speak very fast, but I'm trying to keep our time limit that we have. But we kind of felt like with this quarantine, a certain date was set, and that was like our first giant. And when we got to that, another giant popped up with another date, and then now we've got 5 levels of quarantine, and we've got all these different weird and wonderful different things that we have to look at, and it just feels like these giants just keep on coming. So it kind of got me thinking a little bit of what Victor was said last week and the week before about the klein man and he not so klein, or the groot man and he lots of it. How did you say it, Victor? Let me just quickly unmute you again. You muted again.
Ja, ek mute myself dat er nie noise hier kom nie.
Okay.
The big man versus the smaller big man.
There we go. Thanks. And so it kind of got me really thinking about this. And how many stones did David pick up when he went to go fight Goliath? Anybody know this, except for Victor?
The minste een.
5.
The minste een? Nico said 5. Okay, Karina said 5. Yes, he picked up 5 smooth stones to take with him. And what was quite interesting was some of the scholars believe that he knew that there was 4 other giants down the road, which I don't think that's actually the case. He just took 5, not that he wasn't trusting in God, but he took the 5 to be prepared. And so kind of this evening, what I want to share with us is what can those 5 stones mean for us in this time? What can we use to face the giants in our lives, face the things that are going on in our life? What are the 5 things? And so each one of the stones I've kind of given a little bit of I've attached something to a stone. And so hopefully it'll be helpful for you guys. I know it was helpful for me this week. And so the first one, but before I go there, I want to actually open in prayer, and then we'll continue with the word. I should have opened in prayer earlier. I'm a naughty person. So let's close our eyes and pray. Father God, thank you so much that we can actually meet tonight and see each other's faces and laugh and see faces we haven't seen for a while, Father God. I pray that you be with us, that you allow us to enjoy your word, and you allow us just to enjoy each other's company. We pray this in your wonderful name. Amen.
Amen.
The one thing that I found quite interesting was from Psalm 61, verse 1 to 3, and it's David once again, who we've been speaking about, and he faced this Goliath, he faced these giants, and you kind of think that he doesn't get scared anymore. I mean, if you've now dispatched 5 giants, what more can you be scared of? And in this Psalm 61, verse 1 to 3, hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer, From the ends of the earth, I call to you. From the ends of the earth, I call to you. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. I absolutely love this. We see how David, he's faced all these giants and these things in his life, and yet he still gets scared. Yet he still gets worried. He still is fearful. And it's okay for us to be scared. It's okay for us to be fearful. I think many of us are fearful. If you're not fearful, then I don't know. Then you've got stronger stuff than me. But I think what I really love about this is that it's okay to be a bit fearful. It's okay to freak out. It's okay to be worried, because it allows us to rely more heavily on God. It allows us to focus more on God in this time and not our own strength. And so the 5 stones that I thought would help for us is and if you're taking notes, I'll go a little bit slower. But the first one is courage. David was not afraid to face the enemy. David was not scared to go and face Goliath, because he knew that God was with him. He knew that he had been prepared for his whole upbringing for this moment. In 1 Samuel 17, verse 32, it says, "Don't worry about a thing," David told Saul. "I'll go fight this Philistine." We need courage in this time. We need to have the courage that it's going to get hard, but we can go with God. We need to take a bit of courage and go and face this quarantine period with each other and with God in our lives. The second stone represents confidence. And this is something that many of us, we get confused with confidence as something that's being arrogant, but it's not an arrogance. It's a confidence, which means that you know where you stand. And I think for me, what was great was that as a shepherd, David often had to protect the sheep from wild animals. This gave him the confidence he needed to fight the giant. We can see that in 1 Samuel 17, verse 37, "The Lord who saved me from the claws of the lion and the bear will save me from this Philistine." We can have that same confidence that God will bring us through this period, that God is going to be with us, that God is there in this quarantine with us, which I think is the most amazing thing, is that we're not alone. We may feel that we're alone, but we are not alone because God is with us. The third stone represents preparation. David didn't go to face the giant unprepared. He went down to the stream and picked up 5 smooth stones, and he put them in his shepherd's bag. Then, armed with his shepherd's staff and sling, he started out to fight Goliath. It's important for us to know that everything is possible if you're prepared for it. I mean, how many of us went out just before lockdown to buy toilet paper? I know I did. I bought lots of toilet paper. We bought lots of baked beans. We were like trying to be prepared. I know Victor wishes he was more prepared and got more Oros, because he always can't find Oros on the shops anymore.
Well, I've got now.
Did you buy now? So you
I
prepared?
went on the wild hunt.
You prepared now?
Yeah, I'm finally prepared. The lockdown can begin now.
Finally prepared at the end.
The end, yeah, when lockdown is being released, it's cool.
I'm ready for it to go now. I've stopped.
Now we can start from the beginning again, eh? Reboot. And I think if we take any giant or anything in our life that's difficult, preparation is a key to overcoming everything. If you study something, if you study for your exams, you're prepared. It goes better than just waking up and going to school and trying to write an exam. The same way with our Christian life, we need to be prepared. We need to look and read and pray and get ready for how God is going to grow us in that time. The fourth stone is trust. And this one for me was quite great, is that David didn't trust in his own ability to slay the giant. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to go slay the giant." He said that with God, I'm going to go slay the giant. He trusted that God would be there for him. He trusted that God would come through. When Goliath shouted at David, cursed him, and was ready to kill him, David said this: "You come to me with a sword and spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty." That's 1 Samuel 17, verse 45. When we face problems, we need to put trust not in our own strength, but in the strength, but the strength of God's. It's not our own ability. When we're feeling low, and this week, I must be honest with you, I had quite a low week. There was a couple of moments where I was feeling a bit, or as we at Identity sometimes go, meh. It was a bit of a meh week. And what I find amazing is that it's not my strength or my ability that got me through. It's God. It's trusting in God, knowing that He's there for me. knowing that He is there every step of the way. And I must admit that it made me feel a little bit more at ease knowing that I can trust in God, that no matter where we go from this, what happens tomorrow, we've got God at our side, which is great. And we just need to trust Him. The last one, and this one I'm going to dedicate to my friend Victor. The fifth stone represents victory. It's God's battle, not ours, David said. That is why David was able to win the victory over the giant with only a stone and a sling, because he said it was God's victory, not his. And I think many times it's easy to say, oh, this is my thing to do, this is my problem. But we need to remember that it's not ours, it's God's. And I think what's been quite amazing for me over this last couple of weeks is to see how God has worked in different places, through different people, through different situations. It's been quite amazing to hear how God has been spoken about from our president's lips, which is quite amazing. And how God is being glorified and brought through from that. And I think at the end of the day, when this is overcome, it's going to be God's glory, not ours. It's going to be God that has brought us through this. So those are the five stones, and it's a very short teaching tonight. It's not my normal long-winded self that I normally am, or Victor is, but it's the 5 things, and I'm just going to repeat them again. The first one is courage, then confidence, and then preparation, then trust, and then victory. And then that's it. Those are my 5 stones. So I don't know if you guys have anything that you'd like to add to this, anything you'd like to share. Now you can unmute yourselves and talk. I see a lot of red crossed out mute buttons. So if anybody wants to add something to that, go ahead. Anyone? Come on, Victor, I can unmute you from this side. Come on, I'm going to unmute you. Come on. Anyone have anything to share? Karina?
I think just looking at the 5, as you said, the 5 stones, it's kind of funny how easily it's relatable, or you can compare it to the whole situation we are now, not just from the start of lockdown, but even from the beginning of this whole pandemic. En dit dis moeilik om te dink, baie keer as jy in die situasie is dit baie keer moeilik om te dink aan die victory wat gaan kom, want jy is word so maklik vasgevang in al wat nou gebeur en dis taaf met tye, maar ons kan vrede daarin vind om te weet daar is 'n victory wat kom.
Cool. Anyone else? Niku? Where's this Niku?
Ek het 'n punt. Sorry Niku, wie Cornelius, het jy by die musiek speel?
Ja.
O,
it's not me either.
Iemand speel. Dit lol 'n bietjie met my mic aan die kant op die laptop. Okay, thanks. Niku gaan aan. Ek seker die persoon sal soek wie dit speel.
Is dit af?
Ja, nou is dit af. Ja, dankie. Dit was jy.
Sorry.
Okay, so wat ek gekry het uit, nee, is die nommer 5 word gewoonlik gekonnoteer met genade. As 'n mens die nommer 5 opsoek, word dit gekonnoteer met genade. So ek kry daaruit dat die 5 klippe wat Dawid dan nou ook opgetel het en dan nou 5 giants wat hy geslay het, was in 'n sekere mate eintlik 'n teken van God se genade op hom, omdat hy baie, hoe kan ek stel, bloederige ou was. So ek dink dat ook saam met al die goed wat Adam genoem het wat ons kan saamvat met as dat die 5 klippies is byvoorbeeld victory en so aan, kan 'n mens ook saam dit vat dat ons moet altyd God se genade onthou en dit by ons hou en ons moet dit nooit vergeet nie. So dis maar net wat ek bydra.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
One more thing that I wanted to say. Dis ook net vir my, so dit was nice om te hoor dat dis okay to be fearful, it's okay to be worried sometimes. Want ek dink weer eens veral in die situasie waar ons nou is, mense dink so okay, ons is nou hier in, hoe sê ons meh, maar soos hierdie ding het baie groter gevolge vir sommige mense as wat dit verander het en dit create baie fear, dit create baie worries. En ek meen selfs by my, ek meen daar's soveel goed wat nie gaan gebeur nie as gevolg van die ding of wat anders moet gebeur en dit maak mens bekommer, maar dis lekker om te hoor, dis okay om bekommerd te wees, maar daar's ook vrede weer om te kan weet, okay, maar jy kan jou bekommernisse voor God se voete gaan neerlê en hy gaan dit oorvat en daai is net vir my baie nice en baie dit gee my vrede in hierdie hele situasie, al is dit taaf met tye en dit is taaf met tye, maar daai om te weet, okay, dis okay om bekommerd te wees, maar ek kan my bekommernisse voor God se voete neersit en hy sal dit vat.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else, Carla? Wil jy ietsie sê?
Ek het eintlik veel om te sê nie. Ja, ek weet ek was stil vandag, maar dit wat julle sê is nogal, ja, ek kan relate. So dit wat Karina sê, so ja.
Cool. Thank you. Anyone else? Elizabeth? Ellsbury, sorry, why am I keep on saying the wrong name tonight? It's one of those nights. It's one of those nights. Anyone else? Bianca, het jy enigiets om te sê? Everett? Anyone else?
Ek dink dis baie maklik om 'n negatiewe uitkyk op 'n situasie te hê en ek dink as ons hierdie 5 soos klippies kan gebruik en ons gebruik positiewe karakters by die 5 klippies, dan kan ons net dit help ons net meer om na die positiewe uitkyk te kyk in 'n situasie veral soos met hierdie lockdown en die coronavirus. En ek dink ook dit help ons net om te dink dat ek dink altyd aan daai soos the analogy of like a cup of water, and when you fill that cup with water, then there's no space for any other dirt or whatever. So I just feel like if we just fill our cup with positive thoughts and with positive characteristics, then there won't be any space for negative like thinking, you know.
That's awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? One last thought from anybody?
Ek sal gaan.
Yes.
I've had going back to work and everything was redelik 'n hectic week. Maar ek moet sê voordat ek moes teruggaan, ek dink dit was die Vrydag die naweek voor die tyd, het ek so bietjie van, ek gaan eerlik wees, 'n panic attack gehad. So solidly uitgegaan en gerant vir so 'n halfuur lank op my suster. Sy het net daar gesit en dit gevat oor die vrees en die angs wat saam met dit gaan om uit jou huis uit te moet weer gaan en om you have to earn a living en jy het nie 'n keuse nie. So ek bid regtig vir al die essential workers wat elke dag, die nurses, die dokters, almal wat werk en die ekonomie so ver aan die gang hou, dink ek regtig aan, ek bid elke dag vir hulle, want dis nie lekker om dalk uit jou huis uit te gaan, jou kinders daar moet los en jou man en te moet terugkom op die einde van die dag en at the end of the day, you are risking not just your life by going outside the house, but everyone else's as jy weer terug in die huis kom. So ek het nogal redelik anxiety gehad daaroor die afgelope naweek. Maar ek moet sê nadat ek met Karina gepraat het, voel ek baie beter. Ek vat dit maar ook net dag vir dag en ek probeer nie dat want ek is 'n positive person in general, maar ek moet sê hierdie hele ding met die situasie wat ons in is, het regtig it's testing my will and my faith in alles. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Pleasure.
Thank you. What we're going to do is I'm going to just go around and ask you, any prayer requests? Anyone has anything that we can pray for? And that we can take a note of what people are saying, that we can pray for each other this week. And then once we've ended the session, I'm going to post 3 songs on the group, 3 worship songs that I've kind of been thinking about this week. And 2 of them actually really spoke to me this week. And I really hope that we can just go through it together, obviously on WhatsApp at your own time, but listen to the words. The 3 of them are been quite deep, and 2 of them were really meaningful for me this week, especially with this topic that we've been handling this last couple of weeks. And yeah, so let me just shoot around. Any prayer requests? Anyone have anything we can pray for?
Adam, ek wil vra dat julle bid vir dis so 'n meisie, ek weet nie, ek neem aan julle almal het van haar gehoor of opgelees in die Koran, 'n tydjie terug, regtig 'n tydjie terug. Haar naam is Mila en sy het kanker. Ek wil net hê ons moet vir haar bid asseblief. En ook vir daai mense wat onlangs hulle soos die huis wat afgebrand het vir daai mense.
Yes.
Ja. En dan ook soos wat en ook vir die mense wat heeldag werk en so aan en in die hospitale is en so aan.
Okay, cool. Ek vat dit noot as ek luister. Anyone else?
Ek het iets.
Yes.
Ek wil vra of julle asseblief vir my pa en almal wat vir die lugdiens werk, en die onsekerheid daarin en shame nie net die lugdiens nie, maar enige klein besighede of besighede in die algemeen wat 'n bietjie suffer tydens hierdie tyd. Dat julle asseblief net vir hulle ook sal bid.
Thank you. Yeah, very true. Anyone else?
Ek sal sê dis vir die matriek bietjie van die matriek se hele jaar is omtrent geneek met die hele storie dink ek.
Dit is waar. Let me quickly write that down.
En van my kant af, nee, ekskuus Adam, wil jy eers sê?
Nee, ek luister.
Van my kant af is dit ook net vir soos enigiemand in 'n teaching posisie of dit nou dosent is of dit onderwysers is, want dis taaf vir hulle ook en ek meen selfs vir my as 'n afrigter, jy probeer maar oor WhatsApp en so die kinders drills gee of soos ek weet my pa vir die kinders werk gee, maar dit is taaf want ek dink ons gaan ook net weer besef hoe belangrik die werk van onderwysers is. So dis taaf vir hulle ook.
Anyone else?
Is enige iemand, skus as dit nou indruk, is dit enige iemand wat weet van iemand naby julle of weet van iemand wat eintlik siek is met die virus, waarvoor ons kan bid voor? Of families wat moet in kwarantyne sit en wag want hulle per ongeluk in aanraking gekom met iemand of so ietsie?
Let's just put it down then to pray for families that are affected by this, I think. Evert, have you heard from Marco by any chance?
Ek het met Marco gepraat vroeër in die week en dit lyk asof dinge redelik goed gaan met hom. Hy sê dit gaan rustig. So dit lyk asof hy redelik weer besig is om te herstel.
Okay, cool. Dis goeie nuus.
Alles is fyn. Ja, so alles is fyn aan daai kant.
Awesome. Dis baie goeie nuus. Dankie. Anyone else? Anyone? Going once?
Adam, ook vir die mense wat soos die mense wat nou nie huise het nie en so aan wat ons nou na plekke toe geneem word. Ek dink dit moet vir hulle regtig moeilik wees. En ook beter want hulle word mos nou ergens heen geneem. Maar daar's soveel keer wat ek hoor en sien hoe so mense verby my huis loop wat soos veral elke dag is daar 'n oomie wat verby my huis stap met sy instrument en dan speel hy dit. Maar klink nou baie vreemd, maar soos ek wil net hê ons moet bid vir die mense daar buite wat nie 'n veilige plek het soos ons, soos om in 'n huis te kan sit en so aan.
Ja. Cool, dankie. Ek sal 'n noot daarvan maak. Okay, we're coming up to almost the end of our time. Anyone else? Ellsbury, anything from your side? Any prayer requests? How's work? Are you working or are you studying at the moment?
So we're not allowed to go to work because of obviously the hotels and stuff being closed. But I do have online studies. So our university or whatever changed now to online. So they turned our entire semester into online. And as far as we know, we're going to continue with that the entire year.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm glad that's going right for you.
Ek en Evert is saam, so ons
Okay. Okay, cool. Corne, enigiets van jou kant af, buddy?
Ek weet wel dat ek weet my môre of ek weer begin of ek Vrydag nou begin.
Met jou studies? With your studying or what?
Nee.
Of the werk? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we'll pray for that. Victor, anything your side, buddy, that you've heard of?
Nee, ek dink ek is okay vir nou.
Okay, cool. I'm also fine. Thank you for asking, in case you were thinking that. Anyway, guys, it's so
Adam,
awesome
Adam,
to...
het jy enigiets, Adam?
Just that I don't kill my youngest son. He's just crying all the time. So
Ai, shame.
patience.
Ja, ons sal bid vir patience.
And the whiskey's run out, so that is a big problem.
Wat is die grootste probleem?
Adam, jy weet as hulle sê jou kind's op die bottel, bedoel hulle nie die whisky bottel nie, né?
Maybe he's having withdrawals. That's why it's crying.
Ons sit nou met die grootste probleem.
All right, guys. I want to close in pretty quickly, and then I'm going to send you the 3 songs. But this was really nice. I miss you guys. It's like seeing your faces. Are you guys cool to do this again next week? What do you guys think? Should we do this again next week? I think it's really cool. I think it worked nicely. There's thumbs up. Cool. Thanks, guys. I'm going to close in prayer, and then I'm going to end the meeting and send through the worship songs. Okay. Thanks, guys. Father God, thank you so much that we can see faces again, Father. Thank you that we can see people that we care about, people that we love, people that we just really have a special place in each one of our hearts, Father God. Lord, I pray that you be with them this week, that you allow them to be full of your grace, full of your spirit, Father God, and just allow them to just share your love with their families. Thank you that we can meet together tonight through the Zoom app. We thank you for this wonderful name. Amen. Cool, guys. Enjoy the worship. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.